So on the deconstruction and reconstruction of religion really is what it was for me. What is that exactly? Explain to our listeners so that they understand where we're going with this.
So I like that you're asking that question right after we just talked about religious trauma, because I think that right out the gate, that's a differentiation I'd like to make, that religious deconstruction does not equal religious trauma, and religious trauma does not equal religious deconstruction. They're two completely different subjects that
True.
sometimes go hand in hand. A lot of people who are deconstructing their faith have also experienced some degree of religious trauma, but not everyone who deconstructs has experienced religious trauma. And also, not everyone who has experienced religious trauma will end up deconstructing their faith. There are plenty of people that I have worked with that are going through and processing and experiencing profound religious trauma, but it has not impacted their belief system at all. And they don't want it to. They want
Right.
to be able to process and have space to deal with that trauma and retain their faith. And so I think it's important to carve out
Mm-hmm.
the difference between the two. I already explained religious trauma, and the faith deconstruction is the process by which this is not a dictionary definition. There's probably a much more eloquent definition of this. So I'm just going to make this up right now. So everyone go fact check me on what the better definition is. But generally speaking, it's when somebody realizes that the set of beliefs they have been raised with, or they have adopted at some point in their life, don't add up, and they start to really critically think through their belief system and deconstruct it down to, what do I actually believe, and what do I reject? And so it can be a very painful process
Mm-hmm.
of sifting through really your whole worldview.
Yes.
In some cases, that's definitely what it was for me. And that kind of leaves you in a place, once you've stripped it all down, where you're left with a dilemma of now reconstructing and picking the pieces back up to
Mm-hmm.
just to figure out, what do I believe. I find it worth noting in the context of this conversation as well, Lisa, that there's a difference between beliefs and values. A lot of times when we deconstruct, we're not really deconstructing our values, we're deconstructing our belief
Mm-hmm.
system. And a belief system is more or less how you apply your values. And so
Okay.
the values of kindness and empathy and love that are so important to me, I used to use a Mormonism framework of beliefs to
Right.
apply those values. Through my deconstruction, I realized those beliefs were no longer serving me, but the values stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
The reconstruction was now figuring out, now how do I apply these values in a way that actually works for me?
Oh, that's such a great way to explain it. I wish we would have talked in 2011. Seriously, this would have
I
helped
wouldn't
me.
have known this then, but yeah, I need a time machine.
Seriously, because I mean, that's exactly what it is. Because, as I was saying before, is that my my values have not changed. I the
Yeah.
core of who I am really is the same. I still love people. I want to help people, and all that is the same. You're right. I just had to find a different way to apply it.